Hey everyone, it's Marissa, your Usborne book lady, and I would like to take a minute to share with you some of my favorite elementary age titles. As I mentioned in the welcome video, we have nearly 2,000 titles in our catalog, and I can't possibly share all of our elementary age books with you. So this is just an overview for you, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Feel free to just go ahead and post on the Facebook party wall, and then everyone can learn from your question and the answers. So first I have Caterpillars and Butterflies. This is one of our beginner reader series, and these books are designed for kids that have just started independently reading. And as you can see, there's lots of white space on the page, nice big font, real photographs, and very easy to read. And then the next step up from these is our Discovery series. This is one of the books in our Discovery series. This is Fighter's Planes. And as you can see, there's more text on the page, but it still has plenty of white space, lots of breaks between the paragraphs, and still has really engaging actual photographs. And if you are looking for a fiction series that's similar to these types of books, our Young Reading series will be just what you're looking for. We also have a series called the Illustrated Books. This is illustrated stories from Aesop. We also have so many. We have illustrated fairy tales, illustrated Grimm's fairy tales, illustrated stories from Dickens, illustrated classics, illustrated stories from Shakespeare. We have a ton. So these are just illustrated stories, as you can see. They are designed for kids that are reading independently. Some of them, like this one, are short enough that they can be read in one sitting, the stories are. Some of them have longer stories in them. Like the illustrated adventure stories, those are longer stories in there. But they're also great for reading aloud as well, for kids that still enjoy being read aloud to. We also have several Lift the Flap books that are designed for school-age kids. This is our Lift the Flap art book. This is brand new, and it's really, really cool. I really like this book. If I were to homeschool my kids, I would need this book because I am not an artist, and I would need help with, with the art aspect of homeschooling. So it talks about colors and mixing colors. It talks about movement and how artists bring movement into their work. It talks about lighting, contrast, and things like that. We also have a See Inside series. That is another Lift the Flap series for school-age kids. I wanted to show you how things work because I think it's my new favorite of these. See Inside Your Body and See Inside the Universe used to be my favorite, but I think this one is now. So this, at the very beginning, talks about simple machines. It talks about levers and pistons and things like that, because levers and pistons and all the simple machines and pulleys and all that are basically how every single more complicated machine works. So it gives you the basics, and then it talks about all these other more complicated machines, but all it does is breaks it down into pistons and levers and pulleys and all the simple machines. It's super cool, and it makes these really difficult things really easy to understand. See Inside Weather and Climate is our brand new See Inside book, and I think this will be a fantastic homework helper. Write Your Own Storybook is one of my favorites. This is great for a kid who is an aspiring writer but might need a little bit help getting started. It has all sorts of story prompts, like it'll give you the beginning of a story and then ask you to finish it, or it'll have a whole long list of words and tell you to write a story that includes all those words, or it'll have like a comic strip with empty talk bubbles, and you have to fill in the conversation that's going on in the comic strip. We also have a new book that's very similar, that's Write Your Own Comic Strips, and it's very cool. I talk about that book in the activity book video, so if you're interested in that, go watch that video. We have tons of homework helper books as well. This is our illustrated dictionary. This is actually my daughter's illustrated dictionary, and she loves this book. She wants to just like sit down and read it. We also have subject-specific illustrated dictionaries. So this is our illustrated elementary dictionary. We also have an illustrated first science dictionary, which is a little bit easier than this one, designed for preschool age kids rather than elementary age. We have an illustrated math dictionary, all sorts of homework helper type things. And then of course we have a ton of chapter books, more than I could ever tell you about. So I'm just going to give you a little smattering of what we have. If you have a child who has just recently moved out of the readers that have, you know, like the leveled readers, but most of the chapter books in the chapter book room are too hard for them, these books will probably be perfect for them. These are what librarians usually call first chapter books or beginning chapter books. So as you can see, there's tons of white space on the page, and the text is really big, and there's lots of pictures to break up the text. So this is Hey Jack, and this is Billy B. Brown. And the great thing about these, there are 12 in each of these series, and these two guys are best friends, and they show up in each other's books. So if someone likes Hey Jack, when they finish the 12 Hey Jacks, they'll probably want to read Billy B. because Jack is still in there. Then when they get done with those, this is the next step up. This is the Billy B. Mystery Series. This is the first book in that mystery series. And as you can see, there's still nice big font, but it's not nearly as big as Billy B. and Hey Jack. There's still lots of white space and some illustrations, but it's clearly a bigger kid chapter book. Snake and Lizard is just a really cute, simple story about two very unlikely friends. Operation Robot Storm is the first Mythical 9th Division chapter book. This is about a division of the British military that is all Yetis. Anna Hibiscus is just a really sweet series about a girl named Anna that lives in Africa with her family. The Garden of Empress Cassia is one of my favorites. It's about a girl who's very talented in art, and her art teacher gives her a box of pastels, and they're magic, and she draws a garden on the sidewalk in front of her family's shop, and it's a magic garden. You can actually walk into it, and it's a healing garden. This is Jack Russell Dog Detective. This series is a big crowd pleaser. Everyone loves this series. It's very cute. There are like maps throughout the book that they're like nose maps, pictures throughout. They help you solve the mysteries. Really, really, really cute series. Penny Dreadful is one of our newer series. There are 3 stories in each of these books. Amy Wild is about a girl who is given a necklace that allows her to talk to animals. And A Voice for Kansas is a historical fiction about a girl who moves to Kansas Territory before it's a state, and it's all about slavery and abolition and being true to yourself and learning to do what's right even when it's the hard thing to do. So those are some of my top picks for elementary age. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you like these reviews and you would like to keep up to date with Usborne, please like my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/booksbymarissa. You can find these and all of Usborne's nearly 2,000 titles at my website, www.booksbymarissa.com. Thanks so much. Have a great night.